Jay here. I'm here to bring you a review on Dragon Ball Super Episode 14 English Dub. At the beginning of this episode, it shows Goku and Beerus just clashing because Goku just went in for a clash, and they're clashing, and then they start brawling, and they start like fighting down into Earth. And while they're fighting down to Earth, they're just brawling into the air and shit, and then both of them go into the fucking water, and then they start like fighting in the fucking water. Like it looks like it's hard for them and shit, cause Goku's just going back up for air, and then like Beerus is going back and hitting him back underwater, and then Goku's thinking like, I need air, so Beerus is hitting him while he's thinking like he needs air, and they're just fighting underwater, just brawling underwater and shit, and then like it's cracking and shit, and Goku's trying to get up to get air, and then fucking like while they're underwater, Goku's like fucking up Beerus, like hitting him in the gut and shit. And then Beerus turns the fight around and says it's his turn, and he just starts fucking Goku up and hits Goku out of the water and like drags him, like just fucks him up. Beerus pulls him out of the water from like his neck and fucking hits Goku. Goku starts powering up, then powers up his fucking Kamehameha wave, shoots his Kamehameha wave, and fucking Beerus, like, I guess he suppresses it, like he just shatters fucking Goku's Kamehameha wave. He blocks it, turning it into like, he stops it. He stops Goku's Kamehameha wave and just shatters it, like evaporates the fucking energy. Then he's like Beerus, excuse me, he starts doing like Tien's move. Like Tien did this move in Dragon Ball, the first series. It was where he turned to like four Tiens. Like I forget what the name was. It's not after image, but it's like a technique. Anyways, Beerus used this technique that Tien used in Dragon Ball, and it was more than four. It was a bunch of Beeruses. And he used that one attack where he uses that fucking purple orb, and he shot a bunch of them at fucking Goku. And then he thought he like, I guess, destroyed Goku or whatever. And Goku was like, what are you talking about? It's not over. And he starts powering up. And then, so as Goku's powering up, he rushes Beerus with like a punch, and he just pushes Beerus to outer space. So after Goku pushed Beerus to outer space with that punch, he used a lot of his power, and he turned off Super Saiyan like right after he pushed him to outer space. And then his fist was black, so he used a lot of power, and it was burning his fucking fist. And so Beerus, like, he's about to end it and all that shit, saying it's over and all that shit. Then he goes right next to Goku, and he's about to flick him away, telling him, "This, I'm gonna give you this last attack and all that shit." And Goku's trying to like stop him by putting his hand on Beerus's fist, and Beerus just flicks him away down to Earth. As Goku's going down to Earth, just flying from being flicked by fucking Beerus, like he's thinking to himself about like all the Dragon Ball characters, like his family, his friends, all that shit. And out of nowhere, he just flies back up as a Super Saiyan in front of Beerus, saying it's not over. And Beerus is flipping out like, what the fuck? You ruined my perfect end. Then Beerus says, come on, come at me all you got. So then Goku powers up, then charges his Kamehameha wave again, and then shoots it at Beerus, and Beerus shoots his little orb thing again, and their clash made a big ass orb. Like their attacks, both of their attacks combined and made a big ass orb. And Goku's sitting there, what the fuck is this? So Goku's looking at this fucking big ass orb like, what the fuck is this? And the Elder Supreme Kai is like, I'm done guessing. You know what that shit will do, like if it explodes. So going back to the fight, after what fucking Elder Kai said, Beerus starts flicking the fucking orb at Goku, and Goku's just trying to stop it by holding it back and shit, and it's like taking him over, like his hands getting absorbed into the orb and shit, and Beerus is just flicking both of his hands, and it's just getting bigger and going closer to Goku. Then it explodes, and I guess fucking Goku, like, he shattered it. Like, he didn't make it like explode, he just made it like shatter into like just pure energy. Like, it looked dope. Like, the scene looked all like glittery and shit. Like, he just made the fucking attack just shatter. He shattered the fucking energy. So after that, Goku's just floating in space. Like, he's fucked up. He can't move. And he starts telling Beerus, like, you don't know the limits of my power. And he just passes out and floats down the fucking earth. Then you see fucking Vegeta tell Goten and Trunks move out the way, and he catches him. And fucking Goku's like, good catch, buddy. And fucking Vegeta's like, shut up. Then Beerus starts coming down to Bulma's party boat, and then he starts like powering his little beams up in his hands, getting all angry, about to destroy the earth. Then like Hercule gets a phone call right before he's about to do his blast or whatever, and it turns out to be his little interview, fucking whatever, press conference or whatever. And they come in a helicopter and start filming him, and he's like, what do I do? He's freaking out and all that shit. Then Goku steps up like, is there anything we could do? There has to be something we could do. And Beerus is like, no, this has to be done. And Beerus fires his fucking attack, and you see his attack just like miss everything. And it goes back to him, and he just fast asleep. So after Beerus fell asleep, Goku starts laughing and shit, and we starts telling him thank you for fighting Beerus. That was like a little challenge for him and all that shit. And then Whis leaves, and it goes to King Kai, and he starts saying like he had faith in Goku, that Goku's a man and all that shit, and he can't believe that he even got respect in a god, Beerus, and all that shit. Then it goes back to Goku, and he's just grubbing. Like, he's grubbing from, like, he's tired from fighting Beerus, and he's hungry, so he's just sitting there grubbing all the food and shit. Then Gohan walks up to him and says, a lot of things been going on, so I don't know if you heard or the announcement or whatever, but I'm having a baby. And he's all sweating and shit, and Goku's looking at him like, what? 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 And he's like, you should try the food, like, it's delicious. And Gohan's like, yeah, okay. And then Goten walks up to him and says, how was it like having the god power? And then he was explaining like, yeah, it felt good, but at the end it felt different. And then he starts telling Vegeta like, yeah, you're up next for the Super Saiyan God power. And Vegeta's like, no, I don't want to be no second best. Like, no, I don't want to do that. And then he starts saying like, I'm gonna get more powerful than Beerus, I'm getting more powerful than the Super Saiyan God form, and I'm getting more powerful than you. And then Goku's like, yeah, okay. Then Goku starts saying that he was like, he saw when Vegeta said, that's my Bulma and all that shit. So he was there the whole time, and they're all freaking out like, what? You were there the whole time? What the fuck? And then it shows the Pilaf gang like rowing away in a little boat, and the episode ended. So this episode was dope. Like, it was a dope ending to Beerus and Goku's fight. I really liked it. It was better than the movie version, in my opinion. But hey, I liked this episode. It was fucking action. It was exciting. It was fucking dope. I really liked it. So I'm Jay, and this is my review on Dragon Ball Super, episode 14, English dub. Thank you for watching.